comes a time when you just gotta say, what the fuck, to these developers and ask them why they are incompetent. Because I'm playing KurtzPel. I've been playing KurtzPel, and I fucking love it. It's an action RPG. It's an action online game. It's PvP focused. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you do. You do have to run the dungeons a little bit, the PvE aspects to level up, and you can grind those out only. It takes a while, but there's a little bit of everything for any type of combat player. See, right here, you got the Grand Chase, which is with bots. It's not a desolate game. And these PvP MMOs that exist neither require you to spend hours and hours grinding to get to nowhere, to PvP and get one shot. Maybe you can get a fun fight, but the grind is different. See, right here, I'm going to show you. If you look at here, you get E to A, and that's just the ranking of bot you face. I want you to see, because it's just in the middle of the fucking road, how do you fuck that up? It's not too hard. I just want to show you the kind of fight you can get into. And then you have a karma system, and your karma system you choose, it's a front bar and a back bar, essentially, is all it is. And you can level any of those up, or you can just skip to like a hero leveling. I don't know what the fuck that means. I imagine you get cool gear. But as you load in, it's just a cube pop. It's just a cube pop, or you just click it, since this is a versus AI. It's going to be easy, and you're not going to have a queue. But if you look right here, I hold down right click and I could power up a special attack, and I have a variety of them. I have a couple of them. I have 3 of them actually. Just the basic, and then I have the first power up, and then the second stage. And this game requires movement to fight this AI. I need to check my mana. I also need to check my health, stamina, my cooldowns, and my rage. Also keeping in mind where the other player's movement is, what skills they're using, and how they are playing. Because this person can have a lot of really great gear, and I can have shitty gear, and if I play better than him, I win. That may not be exactly the case, but it's definitely it's a balancing act that it isn't a struggle to deal with. You don't really notice how unbalanced it is. It's actual just, hey, there's an enemy, let's fight. That fight lasts a little bit. Good game. It's like that. It's not a what the fuck a one shot. See right here, I kill the guy and he could have got me. It's a bot, so I mean it's not hard. But why? This isn't an MMO, but why can't a developer do something like this? Or when it comes to PvP MMOs, why can't, and that has a dueling system where you can duel, why can't you just duel with enemies so you can practice, so you can get better? And why can't your combat be like this? What the hell's wrong with you? And you have gear right here, and they give you gear that's different levels, so it's kind of like a looter type of deal. But it's not. Why can't this be implemented into an actual PvP MMO? I don't understand. I don't understand it. Yeah, you have your synthesizations, you have your sockets, but it's not your power isn't number based. And so we're gonna play PvE right here, and the dungeon system is kind of shitty. It does get harder. The final boss does get super hard, which requires you to auto queue. But right here, I'm just gonna do something I know I've beaten before to show you what the dungeon's like. It could be better. They could implement this is one of the times where I wish they took more from an MMO, at least when they reworked their PvE. But the bosses are getting harder, so there's a reason to group. So that's fun. You can actually, PvE with some people. Right here, we're going to get in, and it's going to spawn just a big handful of enemies, and you can one-shot them, really, if you know what you're doing. Right here, I'm just going to throw a wheel at them, and it's just going to burn a lot of them. It's not hard. I wish they made it better. It's not just a thin, linear path. I wish it required neither exploration, or it was kind of just an open area, and it's up for you to figure out where you're supposed to go. Like, they could have done something to give you, more than a minute long dungeon. But, I mean, their fights are a minute long, too. Yeah, I can only criticize this. Some people like this, though. This is, like, some people love this. You go in this hallway, kill these enemies, kill the boss, do it again. Some people like that. So I wanted to show this to people, that there is a game like this that doesn't require you to grind out to have fun. Because I know grinding in MMOs is trash now. They try to either monetize it or they just make it shitty. But I kind of almost like nuke this boss very easily. And I wish this was better. And I wish you can keep going down the path instead of having to go to the hub every single time. But that's fine, It's serviceable. It's serviceable as a system. Whereas a lot of MMOs don't have a serviceable system. I'm just baffled that this game exists and it doesn't have the massive populations it should have. Whereas MMOs, like, there's some shitty MMOs that have just a big population and they are doing nothing. They don't deserve it. But this is KurtzPel. Actually, you know what? I just wanted to showcase this. I'll show you a PvP match, actually. I'll show you a win. I'll show you what it looks like. And, yeah, you know what? We'll do that. You know what? Fuck it. I'll show you the PvP. So KurtzPel PvP is pretty interesting. It's one of the first games I've played that didn't have a one-shot option or made it completely unfair for a fresh player. Because I'm not a fresh player, but it's my first PvP match. And as you can see right here, I'm doing just fine. Those players are getting hits off. They can get kills. I can get kills. It was just a matter of who's better. And it gave me hope that eventually a dev could put this into a fucking MMO, like in an open world, an actual massively multiplayer online RPG, with a persistent world with a couple hundred players in that persistent world. Not in 100 different worlds, but in just the world. And it's just baffling how developers fail at PvP in general, with action system. Because KurtzPel does it nice. I mean, there is a few flaws with the system, but it's better than all of them. And right here, bam, I win. First match, and I'm a fucking MVP. Check that shit, yo. And with that being said, KurtzPel is a game I recommend if you want to play, if you want to play that kind of action, fantasy, PvP type of game without having the grind of an MMO, since developers don't know what the fuck they're doing anymore and just want to ruin games. And Discord will be posted in the description if you want to join. I'm using my Discord. I'm building it up. So if anybody's interested, check that out. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Peace.